the dead bots at his feet.
And again, I'm just asking for more. It makes me think of this is how I wish the chest was on the X-Transbots version. Hound mixed with some Rambo in him, and he's going at it.
But this is technically not Transformers related, but knowing Bobby's purchasing habits, I thought I'd put it in there.
I was not going to get this until I saw that it's the MP Bruticus's hand holding it.
The white looks so much better than in any of the pictures that we've seen, so I hope it's like this. And
that's cold right there, James.
I really like this head.
Well, you can still get it. That's how he'll be displayed. Yeah. It just so happened.
Did you have to pick up one of the colors?
I thought about it. I was tempted to, but I didn't.
Well, everybody in the comments tell him that he needs to go ahead and pick that up. Welcome back, Transformers fans, to another episode of Bot vs. Con. As always, I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And before we get into news, we want to give a big shout out to the Chosen Prime, which you could probably find a lot of the stuff that we're going to be talking about on there. If it's not there, it will be there eventually. And also, thank you to the members for joining us. And we also wanted to give a shout out to our newest member, Sinistar Alpha.
Okay. Thanks for joining the journey.
We want to give a big shout out to the subscribers as well. If you just went ahead and found our channel, go ahead and subscribe. We really appreciate it. And to everybody that's already been subscribed, thank you so much for watching. With that being said, let's get into the news. And let's start off with some Baltimore news. So Michael Charles Hill, the writer on G1, will be there. So are you going to get this signature, Bobby? You know that's going to be the question every time one of these pops out.
I don't know what I would have him sign.
Maybe a DVD. That'd be kind of cool.
It is. I just don't remember. Like, I used to have a lot of DVDs, and I took them to my mom's house. I had like over 3,000 DVDs. It was crazy. But I'll have to see if I still have my Transformers DVD.
You didn't like keep your Transformers one separate?
Look, don't judge me right now. I think I did, but I have to find it. I kept like 20 DVDs, and I know I have the movie. I just don't know if I have the cartoon still.
Well, you better go buy another one. With that said, let's keep it going. And TFCon LA 2025 will be on sale November 4th, which I believe is the last day of Baltimore, or the day after.
Yeah.
So, go ahead and get your wallets ready because they like to take our money.
Yeah. All right. Already time to plan for LA.
Well, we've been planning. I don't know about you, but I already have my hotel room booked.
Well, yeah. Okay.
After the snafu that happened.
Yes. I do have my hotel booked as well, and yeah, no more snafus for traveling. So yes, I'm excited about it. It'll be good to see friends and family as well when I make my return to California.
Yep. Well, you have quite a few different ways to see friends and family.
Yeah.
So, Paterna, I believe that's how you say it, on Twitter reported that Walmart Collectors Con is October 17th and 18th, and that this is probably when the Optimus that you see on screen is going to be for pre-order, because they only show the silhouette, but we all know who that is. Unless they, throw a wrench in the system and give us a Nemesis Prime or something, it's going to be the cartoon-styled Optimus.
I know you would absolutely love that if they did.
Oh yeah, I would pre-order that.
No, I ironically enough, I'm pretty sure I'll get it, but I haven't like pre-ordered it or anything like that.
Well, you can't pre-order it yet. You know you're gonna get it.
I mean, probably so. More than likely so. I just haven't done anything or looked for it or looked at anything about it yet. So,
well. Okay. All right. Well, everything has been leaks up to now, so
that's been the only thing that I've done. Like when we've talked about it, it's been like, all right, it's coming, but I haven't paid attention to what dates or keeping track of. Okay, I need to be on. I'm still kind of mad at Walmart. I guess that's what it is. I'm still mad
for the filch incident of 2024.
Yeah, I think that kind of bothered me. So,
well, maybe I'll have to pre-order this just so you don't get one. Next up, we have a little update from the Chosen Prime. So I guess Gary should be in by now, by the time you guys watch this. I don't know why he doesn't turn into a snail, but it is what it is. But they are extending their shipping policy until October 15th. So remember, I was going up to 200, but they realized that it's an inconvenient time for this to come out. So they're extending it to the 15th, which is amazing that they're keeping us fans in mind. So big shout outs to them for having the forethought to do that.
I completely agree. When I saw the announcement on Facebook, I actually, commented on it because I thought that was really cool that they were doing that. Also, I talked to Brandon at the Chosen Prime yesterday, actually, and we will be having him back on the show to talk about the exclusive for Baltimore as well. So stay tuned for that. But I also think that this is just cool that they're doing that. And again, it just shows the type of people they are and
yes,
why I continue to do business with them and will continue to do business with them.
I completely agree with you. And stay tuned for that interview and comment down below what you think the exclusive will be. And if you're going to be picking it up. So
yeah. Hopefully we can get Brandon to show a sample this time.
Hopefully. Yeah. So while you guys are writing that, we'll be right back with what has been just announced. All right, well, let's get into what's just announced. And let's start off with some comic stuff. So Void Rivals number 15 is having a special line art edition. And I really like these covers without the logo. I understand why that wouldn't be normal, but I think these both look really, really nice.
I swear I've bought more comics this year than I've bought in my life, clearly because I wasn't a comic book reader, but I'm still surprised that I'm sticking with it this long, and the story's just been great. I will be picking this up, so Chris, I'm coming to see you. Actually, I'm going to go see you tomorrow, I think. Yeah, these look good, and I'm really curious about this scene because it's Springer and Hot Rod together, so
yeah, so
curious about what's going on.
Read the comics to find out. Keeping with Skybound, they're going to have some New York Comic Con exclusive covers. These are the first two. They both look actually really cool. I think that Optimus is like a redo of the Marvel ones, the first comic that came out. I could be wrong, though. But that Megatron one, I want that as a poster. That is awesome. With the dead bots at his feet. So while they're at the Comic Con on Friday, they're going to have a signing in Midtown Comics, which I guess is in Times Square. So that's the 18th. And on Saturday, the 19th, they're going to have a Transformers and G.I. Joe What's Next for the Energon Universe panel. So we'll probably have some more stuff for that. They also showed off... Oh, yeah. See, that's the cover I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of... Let's go back. They're kind of similar.
Yep.
Pose. Different, but similar. And these are two other limited edition comics that they're going to have as well.
Wow, Dreadnoks. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I would actually like to be at this panel. That's really cool. That is really cool. I would have loved to have been able to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really interesting what they're doing with these comics, and I'm looking forward to where it goes and where maybe it'll take the brand.
Hopefully we see a Skybound comics cartoon. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
God, I'd be so into that.
This, I think you might be getting as well. This is the first look at Hot Wheels Track Fleet Ultra Magnus, and these pictures are via TFW user Elton Lynn 98. What do you think of this?
I think it looks really good. I do, and again, I'm just asking for more. And if they painted the missiles red instead of it being all white, I think that's really all that it's missing.
Yeah. I mean, I was right there with you. I think something looks weird with that. I was going to say, I remember missiles on the side, and I remember them stopping, but that makes sense. They just moved them to the front. Yeah. It looks good, though, other than that. I mean, this is the logical repaint / remold of Prime. You just give them a new trailer, and the whole line seems to be around trailers. So this makes sense.
Yeah, and just on the missiles, you could have it on the front,
or the sides, right?
Or on the side, yes.
Yeah, but when I first saw this, I was like, that looks weird, but that's because I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so they just need to paint the missiles, and it would be, I think, really spot on. But I will probably be picking this up. Hopefully, it's similar to how I got my Prime, where it was, spend $35 and the trailer or the toy was $5. I'm always in Target, so that would be very easy to do.
Yeah, well, one can hope. So Wonderfest 24, I guess, started when we did our last news, but it really bloomed. So there's a lot we're going to talk about. I don't think we're going to spend too much time on these, but let's talk about, I believe this is YOLO Park first. We've got Comic Tarn and G1, Ratchet, and Ironhide, or Ratcliffe and Ron, if you're an X-Transbot fan. What do you think of these two? And then we'll go through a lot more that they showed off.
The Tarn looks amazing. The Ironhide and Ratchet look great as well. Because you called it, Ratcliffe and Ron.
Yeah, I'm just joking because those names are like so weird.
It makes me think of, this is how I wish the chest was on the X-Transbots version. Mm-hmm. But they look very clean, very good. They look nice.
Yeah, I think that Tarn looks amazing. The proportion, just everything on it looks so good. The cannons are huge, like they should be. Yeah, I think that looks great. I could leave the Ironhide and Ratchet, but like we've talked about, they're not my favorite bots, and they're not even your favorite bots either. But I think they look good for what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if that Tarn was like $50 and I was able to get it like on sale or something, then maybe. But probably not going to happen. Next, we've got some movie toys. We've got Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen, I believe, Optimus and Megatron, and Drift. So I think you need to get that Drift so you can have it in bot mode while the car is in vehicle mode.
I will allow you to purchase that for me and give it to me as a gift, and I'd really appreciate it, and I would display it. Otherwise, it will be staying on this page as a prototype.
Yeah. Next, I think we've already seen these Transformers ones, but I wasn't sure. We have Optimus and Megatron, and then Bumblebee movie RC.
Yeah, these look good as well.
Yeah.
I really like the cannon on Megatron's arm. That looks great. But yeah, I think we did talk about these. The RC looks great as well.
Yeah.
I want to see him in color.
This is the only one I don't like, which is Mirage. It was Mirage, right?
Unfortunately.
So bad. Everybody called them different names. I do not like how this one looks with all the colors, and it looks really jumbly. But maybe this is a prototype. Maybe the paint will look better on the finished model. You also got G1B, which looks great. And I think that's Bumblebee. Cybertronian Bumblebee.
I agree with you all the way around. That yellow just threw me off for a minute. It looked like a hodgepodge of different parts that were put on
yeah, I don't remember the yellow.
I don't remember it either.
But maybe it was gold, and that's where, I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that design to begin with. So
you're spot on, and I don't think I'll be watching the movie anytime soon to verify that. So yeah. If somebody could let us know, that'd be great. But yeah, it also, and again, it's just this viewpoint, but his fist looks humongous.
yeah, that's yes.
I was like, whoa, that's the first thing I noticed, and the yellow. The B looks great. The G1B looks great. The other B, it is what it is.
It looks like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So this is Kurakarakuri's Die Atlas. I think this is new. I don't think we've talked about this before. So and we'll look at more of their stuff that's updates because we have seen some of the other stuff. But this looks really good, and I wish it transformed.
I don't know much about the character besides the name.
I don't either. I know a little bit about the toy, probably more than you.
Yeah. I did see like part of an episode on YouTube, and it was in Japanese, and I didn't, you know, watch it. But it looks good. He looks chunky. It, you know, I'm with you. If it transformed, I'd probably be more interested.
Yeah, I think it looks really good. I'm excited to see it in color too. See what they do. They always do a good job with the colors.
Yeah.
So Oddly Toys has a new 7-inch line that they showed off at Wonderfest. We've got Prime here. I feel like we're going to continue to say this with these non-transforming figures. This looks like it's supposed to. It looks great. I have nothing more to say. I like the ab crunch. There you go.
I knew you were going to say that. Like the ab crunch is what stood out to me in the first picture. I like the articulation in the second picture. I mean, it definitely looks like he's about to load up and do some damage. So I like that pose.
Yeah, me too. Next, we've got Jazz, Cliff Jumper, and RC. That RC is like perfect proportion-wise.
Yeah.
Cliff Jumper looks fine, and you can see how small he is compared to RC, so the scale's good. If you like seeing RC's picture, his little arm.
Mm-hmm. Little arm.
And Jazz looks amazing too. They all look great. I don't. There's so many non-transforming Transformers at this point. Where would you even start?
You know what? This is so. I've decided that I'm not going to go down the Blockies road, and we might talk about them later. But
we're about to.
Exactly what you said is why I'm not going to do it, because I can see myself trying one and then being like, oh, let me try this line, and next thing you know, I'm 2, 3, 4, 8 lines in of non-transforming Transformers, and I just don't want to do that.
The only one I could see you doing are the super high-end Karakuri figures, because they're so crazy and different. You don't have anything like that in your collection.
I don't, and I don't want that price point on my wallet.
They also showed off some cons. We've got a Seeker. I'm assuming it's Starscream. Soundwave, and Kickback. So
I think all three of these are good.
Yeah.
I love Soundwave holding. I'm assuming that's Laserbeak. That looks really good. Kickback looks really, and it's funny. We're starting to see more Insecticons in off lines as well, which is different and new to me. Usually that's like a back end figure.
Yeah, I agree. But all of these look good.
Yeah.
Next, we have, where is it? Flame Toys Furai Megatron, which I believe we've seen the Megatron, but I just grouped the company together. Shockwave and Hound. Megatron looks better than when we originally saw him, at least to me. Shockwave, I love the posability on him, but I don't know what's going on with that Hound. It is not my favorite.
This is Hound meets Rambo or something. I mean, yo, I mean, he is armored up. Like, I don't want to. I
never saw him as a real fighter.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to him having the arm missile and the gun, but he has a knife and a Gatling gun. I mean, and this picture looks like, and it's probably not, but it looks like he has a patch over his eye.
He does. I believe he does.
Okay, so yeah, this is again Hound mixed with some Rambo in him, and he's going at it.
Yeah. Not my favorite. If it transformed, I probably wouldn't pick it up.
I think I would be tempted to.
Well, yeah,
I think he would be
different,
probably,
right?
Yeah, he'd probably be a different. This is and actually I probably have him as like an evil version, because he just looks.
Now, if they repainted in shattered glass colors, that would look great with the eyes and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, there you go. When they repaint it in shattered glass colors, you can pick it up.
It's not going to happen.
Next, Trumpeter showed off some of their model kits. So they're doing a whole bunch. I didn't add them all, but they're all movieverse. So they look great, and they're going to be pre-painted, which is really cool. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that Prime with the shoulder armor, how there's like a big gap, but maybe that'll be fixed in the prototype. Primal looks good, but not my cup of Energon for multiple reasons.
Yeah, the Prime made me think about the wings on I can't think of his name, but that figure that you bought that I can't stand.
Which
the
one?
dinosaurs that combine the three dinosaurs. Magmatron.
Well, that guy's wings are coming off of his head.
But that's what that's what I saw like when I first looked at the picture. I was like, it looks like a little Magmatron-ish, you know. But yeah, I'm with you on this. I'm not too much of a fan, but again, there's a lot of detail in these, which is great.
And they're small. So
yeah, that's amazing.
Next, we have Way Studios, and they showed off it's Way Studios and Jill Gall toys. Excuse me if I mispronounced that. And this scene with these two guys fighting is amazing. Not my cup of Energon, but the detail in there is so cool. Love the trees behind it. I couldn't find a front shot with Prime, so we take what we can get. But this does look really neat.
And I think we showed this picture in the previous news cycle when he's standing on Sentinel Prime, I believe.
No, I think that's another statue.
Oh gosh. Okay, I thought this was the same statue. All right. Well, there you go. Because
this is from the second movie when they're fighting in the forest.
Okay. I watched the movie once. Kind of.
Well, let's just keep going then. And this is what we showed off as well in the last one. This is Prime One Studios Prime statue. This is very impressive.
It is. It really is. It's humongous. But yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, I agree.
It's really nice.
I hate to see the price. So let's move on to a weird crossover. I guess Core Nutritional and Transformers are going together, and you could get little die-cast figures, which are the ones I think you had them on your haul. The big thing with all the die-cast figures, that's just what they're giving out as freebies, and it says collect all 32.
Or yes, I was just like, what?
Yeah, you know the box. I have one around here somewhere.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was shaking my head because I grew up with Flintstone vitamins, and that was like my jam. They were delicious. So I love this. And
aren't these like workout supplements?
I'm just talking about just the health.
Okay.
Part of it. So, so it's probably, but I think it's like, I doubt this is like a adult. This is appealing to the adult side of things. I could be totally wrong, but I like the idea. It comes with a little die-cast figure. Again, as a kid, I would be all on these.
Okay. I also have the Flintstones vitamins, but I don't think I would be all on these.
Oh yeah, it comes with a little die-cast figure too. That's so cool.
And just buy the die-cast figures. Next, we've got a BBTS exclusive. So we did talk about their 25 years. They're doing 25 days, and they're doing a exclusive Bumblebee Deluxe Optimus Prime Cybertron edition. I don't know the differences between this and the last one. They look very similar to me, but it does look nice.
Yeah, again, we've been saying it all along. It looks great. A lot of paint, a lot of detail. It looks very posable as well. It looks great. That weapon is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just not for my collection.
Yeah. I think this next one will be, though. I could be wrong, but this is technically not Transformers related. But knowing Bobby's purchasing habits, I thought I'd put it in there. Heat Boys showed off their transformable tank Raphael at Wonderfest, and these pictures are via Weibo user Uranus. That's not a alt mode, I would think, for a Ninja Turtle, but I do like it. What do you think, and have you pre-ordered it?
I have not pre-ordered it. I saw this and I immediately said, this is not something I would think for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in general. But then I said, but for Raphael, it does seem a little bit more fitting.
Mm-hmm.
I love the wheels up front. I think that is, I guess they're
The
supposed
like
to
grinding wheel
grind.
type of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
I love that. Um, yeah, I'm in for this as well. The base looks very similar to the one that came with Donatello, so it looks like they'll probably continue to have those throughout the line. This looks cleaner in alt mode than the Turtle Van did to me. And the bot mode or the mecha mode looks fine as well. I'm assuming something. Oh, I guess that's the doors down on the chest and it's just showing it. But yeah, it's kind of cool that he can sit in there. It was the transformation of the Turtle Van. Some parts was a little wonky. Once I did it once or twice, I kind of started being able to tell, okay, here I gotta flip this and flip this or whatever. The first time it was really crazy, but hopefully this one's not as hard, and it does look like it's not transformed correctly. Just the way the side, like I'm seeing that like hook thing that's kind of laying
I see. Right underneath where the turret is looks like maybe the peg to
yeah, so it looks like, because it looks like the side, the track is kind of up like this a little bit, so I'm assuming that probably slides underneath to make it level. But again, this almost looks like a variation of the Armada Megatron tank. That's what the first thing when I saw this, that's what I immediately thought about. But it's cool. I will be probably getting this.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that they're continuing the line, and I know you can't compare it, but this is way better than the crossover figure. You can't compare. I know, I understand. I just have to put it out there. Next, we've got Magic Square's Spock, and this is I guess another repaint, MSB32A. And that is the hand of the Bruticus, so we can hold it. And I really like the colors on this thing, and I know you're probably going to be picking it up by the faces you're making.
I was not going to get this until I saw that it's the MP Bruticus's hand holding it. And I was like, yeah, I got to be able to do that. So
I mean, it looks great. And I love the posability in robot mode. This thing looks amazing. I hope that they do an MP version of this figure, because I think I would pick that up. I don't have an appropriate Shockwave. It's like one of the few figures I don't have. And I probably would pick this up if it was MP sized.
The crazy thing is, I am more likely, not that I wouldn't pick it up, but I would be, if they both came out right now, I would probably go for this Legends one first because of it being able to be held by the MP Bruticus.
But you also have,
and I also have two
Dan's Toys and Takara's, right?
Correct. So that's,
I don't.
Yeah.
No.
But
and it looks like he does come with both hands. That's something I wanted to point out. He looks like he comes with the clear hands and the matte, I guess, hands, which is pretty cool.
Yep. And I just wonder if, and I don't know this about Legends figures, do they have light effects? Because I always want his
I don't know if you could fit a battery in that arm. I don't know how big the arm is, but maybe. I don't think it does, but
I don't think it does either, but that would be kind of cool.
That would be pretty cool. Next, we've got some new X-Transbots figures that I think you're gonna pick up as well. We've got the Magnificus, and this is the toy colors, and it comes with an alternate comic head. I don't know when Magnificus had that head, but it looks pretty cool regardless. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I've had this pre-ordered for a year probably.
I think this is a new version.
I don't think they didn't come up with
This is the toy version. I think the original one wasn't. It didn't have the stickers on the legs.
But X-Transbots hasn't released a Magnificus yet.
But I think this is a different version.
So, well, it could that could be as well, but they haven't released either one yet. So, this will be. Oh God, I don't need two of them.
Because I remember I was going to pre-order it, but it didn't have the stickers on the legs.
Yeah, so maybe
unless they changed it, who knows? I'm assuming they're doing another repaint of it.
Yeah, so it's possible. I know I've had one pre-ordered, and I'll have to determine if it's because I just thought it was B, and the regular one, because they've only come out with one Perceptor so far, and I just thought the B was going to be this version.
And it could be. They could have updated the color scheme and whatnot. Yeah.
So, but anyways, yes, I will be picking this up. I always hated the tank mode that people try to do with the G1, but in black it doesn't look that bad.
Well, I mean, it's not horrible. I understand why with the Micromaster, I think it was Micromaster or Diaclone, or was this one Micromaster? I don't remember which original toy line this went with, but it made sense for that, and it doesn't look horrible. There's worse triple changers out there.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, again, the Perceptor came with so many accessories. That's what made it so appealing as well. For this, it's literally, if they don't have all those accessories, then it would literally be for the repaint.
Yeah. They also showed off Toy Perceptor, which is why I thought the other one was the toy version. They showed off both of them. I might pick this up. We've talked about it. I always have a soft spot in my heart for Perceptor, but I always like this teal toy color versus the more Toon color. This is more, stands out more in my eyes than the blue from the Toon. And I think this looks great. The tank mode is what it is. I know it's not your favorite. It's not my favorite either, but it's passable. And yeah, I think this looks great. I don't understand what the new head is supposed to look like, but I think this looks like a great figure. I'm sure you'll pick this up too to have a toy version.
Yeah, probably so. And and it gives me the opportunity again, because
how is their Perceptor?
I liked it.
Okay.
I did like it. I loved all the accessories it came with. God, it came with so much stuff. And I actually have this one in my season 2 case, I believe, and then I have the fans toys in my movie case. So this one pretty soon I'm just gonna have to have a toy case.
Yeah, especially with X Transbots doing that. But I think this does look good. Let us know your thoughts below. Next up, we have a weird thing. We've been ending with weird KOs, and this is Force Transformings Toys CA7600J. What do you think of this alt mode?
Well, first, is this really a KO? It's
not a KO, but when you look at the bot mode, it's in that same realm.
Okay, I think it's a nice car. I think it's a very nice looking car. I think the flags look really cheap on it, and I don't know what those things on the.
I think those are microphones.
Oh, okay.
Like the guy comes out of the top.
The sunroof
of the propaganda machine and talks.
Okay, well, there you have it. I think
I'm completely pulling something out of my butt, so I don't know if that's correct or not.
Yeah, I think the car looks really good. I think the flags make it look cheap. Like the flags don't.
They need a sticker on
it. Yeah, they don't do it any justice.
Yeah. And here is a Propaganda Bot's bot mode. And it looks good. The colors look good. And there he is with his other comrades. Yeah. I don't think I could get into my full thoughts on this episode, but it's definitely like vote for us type of toy. That's what I see.
I think the colors on it are very vibrant. Like that yellowish gold color like really, really pops off of it. And you don't see it in the alt mode at all. Like
I like that.
I was not expecting it to look like this when I first saw it. And it really surprised me. The hat on its head and everything, it like literally really surprised me. This reminds me of, a G1 episode where, not that there was an episode, but like where the Decepticons may have taken over some area, some territory, and decided to be the supreme leaders and put the hat on and stuff like that. You know, they would do something cheesy like that in an episode. That's what it kind of reminds me of looking at this. I think it looks okay. I don't. If I did pick these up, they would probably stay in the alt modes.
Yes, the alt modes do look amazing on them.
Yeah, but that's about it.
All right, well, let us know your thoughts down below, and we'll be right back with the updates.
All right, so now we're back with some updates, and the first one we're going to talk about is the Gamer Edition Ratchet, I believe.
Yes, and these pictures are via No Trap.
I like it. I actually like it. The colors are really vibrant. It looks like a Cybertronian mode. Definitely, it does have vibes of Ratchet as well. I like it.
Yeah, I honestly do too. Now, we have talked before, No Trap has a way of making his pictures make you want the figures. Because the white looks so much better than in any of the pictures that we've seen. So I hope it's like this and not that kind of muted, dull white that we've seen. Because this looks really good. The axe on the top, I put that picture in there because that just shows me how it could have fit on the bottom if they would have just made, two little pegs, and then it would have been, hidden. But I do think the alt mode, like you said, looks great. I think this looks like a good figure.
It does look pretty good.
And the wheels are both the same.
Ah, there's no pegs.
There's no mushroom pegs. Yeah.
Yes, so, good job.
Now in bot mode, I have to say, in my opinion, this is the best Gamerverse figure yet, especially with the claw arm that he has. It actually looks like it integrates. I don't know, maybe you do, but it doesn't look like you have to pull off the arm. No, you do have to pull off some of the arm, but it just looks like it integrates better than the previous ones, where it got super skinny. Remember? Mm-hmm. So I think this actually looks good. There are gaps, but they're really not that noticeable compared to some of the other Hasbro figures that have come out. So I'm surprised that this looks like it does.
I'm right there with you. I think this looks really good. I think I may be picking this up. I will be looking for a discount or a sale price, hopefully. But if I saw it and it wasn't on sale, I'd probably still pick it up.
Yes,
that's how. I guess that's my theme of how good I think a figure is if I would pay full price for it. And this one, I think I would. Now I'd keep my receipt, and when I sell,
for when it goes on sale.
Yeah, but I think this is something that I would grab as soon as I saw it.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Next, Hasbro put out a video on the HasLab Omega Prime, but it was an old video, I guess. I was reading some comments. I guess this is from months ago, and then they just published it because it's the old figure. It's not the painted sample that we saw. I think it was in Tokyo Toy Fair. They had the completed sample. This one is not. But I didn't watch the whole video. Did you watch the whole video? It's an hour long, by the way.
Yeah. So I watched 7 minutes of it. And so kudos to me for that.
It's more than I did.
Evan was doing the transformation and talking about it and everything. He talked about some of the tabs being tight and what was painted, what wasn't painted, and stuff like that. So again, perfectly fine because it's a prototype, and I really didn't get past the prime. So I think where I left off, he was transforming it into base mode. So again, a lot of it, he said, transforms like the original. There are a couple of things that are different, at least on the prime. Again, I don't know about the Ultra Magnus, but I'm excited for the people that backed this and that wanted it. I didn't see anything overly impressive to make me say I needed this, being that I already have the original and my original was in great shape.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you at all. I agree with the same exact things. And here's the unpainted prototype, which I'm very happy to everybody that wants this because it does look good. I'm not a fan of the hands. That's my main complaint with this. But other than that, I think this looks decent.
Yeah, it does. Again, to everybody who's wanted this figure and who backed it and can get it, amazing for you. I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we have now we're going into Blockies. So this is the Blockies Megatron. What do you think of him sitting in his throne?
He looks great. I want to see it fully painted, but so far it looks really good. And this is again why I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it.
And I put this picture in here to make you want to get it, because look at all the interiors that you'd have to build. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I that's cold right there, James. Yeah, I again, I'm somebody who loves to put stuff together. So
yeah, look how cool. Look at all the little pieces you get to put together on them.
Yeah, I love doing stuff like that. I'm like, my mother-in-law calls me over to, put furniture together when she gets new furniture, and I absolutely love it. Love doing it. So I'm strange like that. But yeah, this would be fun to do. I would really enjoy putting these together.
I think you will pick one up when they do Prime.
No,
because you could put it with your Prime shelf, and then one and done, and you'd be fine.
That makes a lot of sense, but I don't need that. I don't need that drug in my system.
That's what you were saying about Legends.
Exactly.
They also showed off the Starscream and the Bee and a whole bunch more. They showed off a lot, but we don't have time to talk about all of it. The Starscream looks a lot better in these pictures than he did originally. The Bee looks good too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it.
Now more Kuro Karakuri. We've got Magnus and the Beast Wars Megatron, which we've already seen, and both of these are very cool.
The color on the Ultra Magnus looks great. I love the blue, and then how much it breaks up in his legs and the details in his legs with the white or gray, whatever color you want to say that is, the red, the black, the goldish yellow on his kneecaps. Like, everything has a purpose and everything fits in great. It's a lot of details. I love the weapons. I love those big pylons on his shoulders. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when they come out with the transforming version of this, and I'm curious to see what that alt mode's going to look like.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think this would be a logical one to do after Rodimus.
Exactly.
But the Megatron, I think, also looks really cool. It's very unique, and I love how they're different. They don't look like they're the same time period, which they shouldn't be. The tail on him is absolutely insane. Well, the blaster that's the tail, looks crazy, but it looks good. Again, if they made a transforming one, I might be interested.
Yeah, and the Dino head looks great.
Yeah, that too. They also showed off the Starscream, and this is probably my favorite one. This is the one I want them to do first. This is probably one of my favorite figures of Starscream. It just looks so cool with all the different, with the Cybertron gimmicks and the missiles, and it's just, I wish it transformed. Because I would pick this up in a heartbeat.
I'll say this Starscream looks badass, and I would see this Starscream having a better chance of leading the Decepticons than any other version.
Pretty much. Yeah, this looks great.
I would grab this if it transformed as well.
Yeah. Next, we do have YOLO Park Starscream. So we looked at this a while back, so it is going out there. Sound like a broken record. It looks like how it should, and it looks good, especially compared with the Prime and the Megs.
And actually, I like this height on Starscream as well. I think he shouldn't be so small next to Megatron and Prime, but I think he looks great. I really like the way this looks, and again, this is why I can't do it. I would have to kick my dogs out of their room and start another collection in their room. Yeah. So no, this is great. I really like the way it looks. Anybody that's picking these up, I'm slightly jealous.
Yeah, well, just do it, Bobby.
I need a loan that I don't have to pay back.
These ones might make you do it, though. We've got the Unix Square Optimus, Megatron, and Starscream. That Megatron with the Gatling gun is so cool and unique. I really like that. Megatron. The Prime also looks really interesting and cool, and I like it. The Starscream, painted in Slipstream colors and shortened the arm blasters, and I think
no rays.
Yeah.
The no crutches.
Yeah, exactly. They're just a little too long. But I think these are actually really cool, very interesting redesigns of some Transformers characters.
Yeah, I agree. I right there with you on Megatron's Gatling gun. I think that's really cool. The Prime, I don't know. Maybe it's this pose I don't really care for as much. It almost looks like he has Ultra Magnus legs with the white on there. Yeah. The Starscream, I never thought about it, or maybe we talked about it, but yeah, repainted as Slipstream or something like that would be really cool. And yeah, those crutches are huge. But I really like the way the feet look and the legs and the feet. I never really paid attention to that.
Yeah, you got distracted by the crutches.
I did. I really did. And the details in the chest and everything. Actually, I didn't see a lot of this. Or pay attention.
And the wings, I love the angle of the wings. It's a really good looking figure. Yeah. It's overshadowed by the giant null rays.
Yeah, I completely agree. I missed a lot of the details on here. The pylons on the shoulders as well. Those look great. Yeah, it's a great looking figure. I mean, yeah, I agree. So
I think you should pick these up because they're different.
Not going to do it.
And they do transform. You just have to take them apart to transform them. At least the Prime does.
Right. At least I remember that.
Yeah. Bun B Studio showed off Orion Pax's buzzsaw from Transformers 1, so it is from TF1. The paint job's way too bright for this studio series, but it does look good.
Yeah, and that's why. And there were several commenters in the comments who verified that this was from the movie. And I thought it was just the color threw me off because I don't remember anything bright yellow in the movie. Besides,
it was probably dingy, dirty, minor.
Yeah, everything looked that way. So, but yeah, it's cool. It's a cool little weapon. Nice little addition. You know, I'm a sucker for having little add-ons that look really good on the shelf when you're doing some type of, you know, display or something like that. So yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I agree. This caught me off guard. X-Transbots and Agabus showed off the new Spectre General head redesign. So that's what it used to look like, and this is the new one. If it looked like this new one, I might have been interested in it, because the old one does not look so good, but this new one is just absolutely insane. I really like this head.
Well, you can still get it.
Oh, still for pre-order?
Yep.
Oh, I have to think about it then. I assumed it was exclusive and sold out.
I thought the same thing. It was this was from BotCon, and yes. As soon as I saw it, I pre-ordered it. So, you know, I thought the same thing, because I think they said it was like 200 or 300 pieces or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
At least what I thought. But I read something today that they said pre-orders are still up, and they want you to vote. They want you to vote on, and let them know in the comments what you would like to see on the head. So the one thing go ahead.
I was going to say, because they also showed this off.
Yes. So the thing that I like about X-Transbots, in particular, we talked about Perceptor and all the accessories it came with. They're good for throwing a whole bunch of add-ons and stuff on it. So I think anyone who has familiarity with this character, if there's something missing, let them know, and they'll probably throw it in there. So
yeah, I mean, the bot mode isn't what I would want to see out of a Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus, just because of what was originally came out. But I do think it looks like a good figure. So
yeah,
I didn't know. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Touch Toys showed off new products at Wonderfest. So let's go through these real quick. What do you think of this guy?
Initially, I think I didn't like it, but I do like it now.
Yeah,
I like the way really the chest.
How everything collapses into the chest.
Yep, that's what.
Yeah. They also showed off the aircraft carrier and their big boy cargo plane. The aircraft carrier is probably the weakest one that I think we've seen out of all of the aircraft carriers. It's not my favorite. I like all the weapons though. The big boy plane has too much going on.
Yeah, it really does. Um, but to complete the set, I'll probably have to get it. But yeah, these two I'm torn on. You
Yeah.
know, I don't necessarily love it. The plane looks like there's just a bunch of kibble
Yeah, like on his arms and
on
then
his
the
arm.
back. It's too much.
Yeah.
Which is funny because the other ones seem to incorporate that so smartly
Yes.
into their bot modes.
Yes, I do like how the landing gear is in his leg, which is something see it at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it. Yeah.
Which is something they did with their previous jet as well. The landing gear like really pegged into the knee, I believe it is. But that was really cool. And then on the boat, his feet he looks like he has Bumblebee's feet from TF1. Like they just look huge to me.
Yeah.
And his upper body doesn't look that big. So
yeah,
again,
I think that's what's throwing it off to me.
Yeah, the proportions look weird on it. I like that he has this, the storage of his swords on the side and everything like that. But yeah, again, these two I don't really like that. I don't like. I was gonna say love, but I guess I don't like these two that much.
But the alt mode on this guy looks
great,
amazing. Yeah.
Yep, that's how he'll be displayed.
Yeah. Next, we got Big Firebird Toys. They showed a whole bunch of various products, but this is the Zanakna, I believe, for the spider. This doesn't even look like a Transformer anymore, and I'm a little disappointed. I don't think I'm going to be picking this up, honestly. I think I'm going to be passing on it. It's something else that's not for my collection. I love the colors, though. I love the teal and the gold and the black. I think that's amazing.
I thought the colors would be all there for you. I think
they are. The colors are all there, but this looks like one of the Mecha Girl lines that you put armor on. You've probably seen them. I've seen them elsewhere, and all those look amazing. But I just don't want to start collecting it. I mean, it doesn't with the skin tone being a realistic skin tone. When I'm looking at it, I don't see a Transformer or a robot.
I see that. I'm looking at the skin tone color, and it looks a little bit lavender purplish. So
I don't see that at all. I see it as brown.
Oh no, not and maybe let us know what you see, because I definitely don't see brown.
Maybe it's my computer screen or your computer screen.
Yeah, because it looks like a lavender purplish to me. So I think that's what surprised me when you said you didn't.
If it was to me, if it looked, I see what you're saying. It's a little bit of a cooler brown, but it does not look lavender or purple to me. This is going to be like that dress. Remember the dress? Is it blue or is it gold? From back in the day.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. So if it's brown, you're out. What if it is like a purple or lavender color?
Then I'd probably be in.
Okay.
It's it looks like a human wearing, to me from here at least, looks like a human wearing,
clothes.
Yeah, it's a pretender. It looks like a pretender.
Oh god. No, yeah, so I guess that's
great. It looks great though. No diss to the figure. It's just not for what I need.
That's what threw me off, because to me it doesn't look brown. When you say it's not for you, that's what's like. But it doesn't look skin tone, like it doesn't look like a human. That's, again, it could be from my computer screen to and yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what colors you see, and if James should pick this up. I think he should.
Well, while you guys go ahead and write that, we'll be right back with what's incoming and recently released. Now let's get into what's incoming. This is going to make you happy. We got Missing Link Sentinel Prime. How excited are you to get this?
I'm actually not that excited. It's cool. Since I have the Prime, that was like the thing that really did it for me. I still don't see this as yellow from the cartoon. I think of it as more of an orangish color. So this just looks like a new figure that is a repaint of Prime to me. But
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I would have been excited if it was, another character that they did, another mold that they did in the Missing Link line,
or at least an Optimus repaint that we already know.
Yeah, something. So I'm happy for it, but it's not like I'm like this, you know, can't wait.
Mm-hmm. So first, I'm going to say they did a great job with the colors, and I'm not knocking the figure itself, but the colors make it look like a KO. With the red face plate, not face paint, the blue eyes, the green chest windows, the yellow, it all clashes in not a good way in my eyes, in my opinion. And I think even if I was collecting all the missing link ones, I would probably skip this just because this literally looks like some of the KOs I used to see on Sir Toys. And that's not a knock to the figure. I get what it's trying to do. I just think if it had a silver faceplate and they took away the red, I think it would look so much better.
Yeah.
I get that would be too close to Prime, but I think that would look so much better.
Yeah, it doesn't excite me. I'll put it that way. You know, I'm happy to get it, but this is actually less of an exciting item than the Bumblebee and Cliffjumper release. Like, I'm more excited about those two than I am about this one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Next, we got X-Transbut's Yaguchi in his vehicle mode. They showed off a whole bunch of pictures. What do you think of this vehicle mode?
I love it. I love the spoiler on the back. I've never noticed that. But I love it. I think it looks amazing. They really did a great job with this.
I agree. I really like the alt mode as well. I don't think it's picked. I think it's a gap where the door meets
in the front
bonnet. Yeah. I think, but maybe that's the prototype, the pre-production sample. Here it is in its gun mode, and this is probably the weakest of the three. Not fault of X-Transbots. But it still looks fine. I like the little lights moving the top. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, this is relevant to the G1, so they all had kind of a battle mode as well. And
some of them look really cool.
Yeah.
This one was not my favorite. Yep,
same here. This was my least favorite of all three of them, but I think they nailed it. I really do think they nailed this one.
And here he is in bot mode, and all of my complaints with the waist being too skinny and stuff, which were minor, kind of go away when you see it posed. I think this thing does look really good. I love the gold that they used. I think this looks like a good figure.
I'm so happy with this. Again, the part that throws me is the guns on the door. I guess those are, maybe they're glued in or something like that, because I don't see the relevance of having them on the door as well as guns on his shoulders.
Well, I think the guns on the door are right here. And then I think this is all speculation because I don't know the G1 toy. They probably popped up on the G1 toy over his shoulders, but instead of making it do that, they just gave him an extra set of guns.
Well, right. So they were just pegged in on the G1 toy.
So they just probably instead of having to take them off and put them, they probably
So that kind of throws me because they're in essence kind of useless. But I guess for this also the same fact is now you don't have to try to figure out how to manipulate them going from the doors up over to his shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's probably what they were trying to do.
Yeah, it just looks kind of weird to have two guns pointing down and then two on his shoulders as well.
Yeah,
I guess they're in the holster.
When he's in this mode, they're jetpacks.
So I think the head looks great on him. The colors look great, even though it's all white. The feet kind of look like Chikara Carbot feet,
Yeah.
But
the prowl, right?
Yeah, the prowl, the Datsun boys, but yeah, I like that the hip skirts are split, so they can move individually, the left and the right side.
They actually, I don't think the hip skirts are split. I think it's like
where it
like how it's connected to it.
Well, okay. Yeah. I guess I should say that it's not just a solid flap.
A single piece. Okay. Yeah, okay.
That's what I meant. So they can move move independently of each other. Yeah. That's what I should say. Yeah. So I like that. I think this looks really good. Yeah, and this is again my least favorite of the three.
And it still looks good. Next, we've got an exclusive from Touch Toys. This is the mini series, and they said that they're giving away some at a convention at the National Day venue. Maybe that's Wonderfest, I don't know, but these will be out soon. Whether or not you could get them, there's only 200 of them. Who knows? But it's pretty cool.
Yes, this is the white one I was telling you about last news cycle. It looks really cool, and those missiles fire, and the missiles stand up. It's spring loaded. How those stand up. I don't know if you were able to watch the video yet.
I did watch the video. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I think it's really cool, and I would probably buy a white one of these if it came out in the MP size.
The transforming one.
Yeah,
I probably would too, because I have that white and blue collection. So
yeah,
fit right in. Next, we have New Age Toys Louis, and these pictures are via 928 Toys Laboratory. I had to put that picture in with Rewind. I believe that's Rewind, or is it Eject?
I never remember which one is which.
Either which way, with Reject coming out of his chest like that. I'm sure you're supposed to flip it around, but this just looks so funny. I had to add it. Yeah, I think they did a stellar job on this figure.
Yeah. Also in the comments, a lot of people are very excited about this figure as well coming out.
Yeah,
I didn't pick it up, but yeah, this looks really great. It just so happened.
Weren't you going to pick up one of the colors?
I thought about it. I was tempted to, but I didn't.
Well, everybody in the comments tell him that he needs to go ahead and pick that up, because I think this looks phenomenal for a Legends figure.
It does, but I was actually just messing with a blaster, messing with my Fans Toys blaster yesterday, doing some stuff, and so I was just like, I don't really need another blaster. Between Deformation Space, Fans Toys, DX9, and KFC, I have a lot of blasters.
Sounds like you need one more. Let's get into what's recently released, and this first thing is sure to make a lot of people happy, and that is the first sightings of Commander Class Prime have been found at U.S. retail, and this was via Posicron Prime on TFW, and he found it in Iowa.
I have an issue now.
Uh-oh.
Are we getting stuff in Iowa before Atlanta?
Hey, you said it, not me.
I mean, I'm just like, come on. I mean,
or they're just sitting in the back room and they're waiting for the Magmatrons to sell before they put it out.
I haven't seen a Magmatron at all.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay. All right.
Store. So yeah, that's my issue. I'm still waiting on mine. I thought I would have gotten it by now. It hasn't even shipped from GameStop. So if I find it in store, I will be canceling my pre-order.
Next up, we have Wave 4 Voyagers, so Motormaster and Metalhawk, as well as the Reactivate Bumblebee, which you already got, I believe, from Amazon, that I forgot to pre-order, so I'll be looking for it in stores. But what I really like are the discounts on these figures, because that would make them worth it. I'd pick up a Motormaster for 25% off.
I can't say I would or not.
You probably would.
When somebody said Macho Man, it made me think of like, but yeah, I think, and I already have that B.
Well, that's not part of the new wave.
Yeah, I was just looking at what's on the shelf. No. I wouldn't be picking up the Metal Hawk either. So yeah, I again, deep discounts, I'm all for it.
Yeah. And I wish that Bumblebee was $19.99, but it's on the wrong peg. But if I see it, I will be picking that up. Lastly, we have the Retro G1 Bombshell, and these pictures are via TFW user Phased. I really don't like the gray. It makes them look so bland. But if you already have the other one, I could see why you would pick it up.
I can agree with you on that. This one I would definitely leave in alt mode. The ram horn, the eyes threw me off when I saw the picture. Just the silver.
Is that where his eyes are supposed to be?
I don't remember. No, that's what kind of threw me off. I
thought they were like little ones right behind the silver.
That's what I don't see anything. I just see silver.
I don't know. I don't know.
So that kind of throws me off about it. But everything else looks fine. I mean, it is what it is. Again, I'll be picking this up just because I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I don't even know if it's up. Because,
I don't think it's up for pre-order.
You know, because again, I haven't been looking at Walmart since they canceled my pre-order. But I eventually hope to get these.
Yeah, and they will look good. Well, that is everything we have for you today. So go ahead and do all that YouTube stuff. Subscribe, hit the bell. We have some stuff coming up, so go ahead and do that. And go ahead and tell your grandma, go ahead and share it with her. I'm sure she'll love hearing about Transformers. And yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yes, as always, to all debates are won. Have a good night, folks. Or a good day, I guess. Depending on where you're at.